finals of the $25,000 He's My Man Royal Palm Classic. Number 1, Jamie's Sister, racing for the Don Taylor Kennel, trained by Don Taylor and owned by Cynthia Hancock. Sitting right where she wants to be is Jamie's Sister. In her 15 lifetime races, breaking from the 1 box, Jamie's Sister has won 8, finished second 3 times, and third once. She has outstanding early and late speed, has a career fastest Royal Palm course clocking of 29 and 56 100-seconds, and sitting next to the slow-breaking Allosaurus can only enhance her chances of pulling off a victory. Number 1, Jamie's Sister. Number 2, Allosaurus, running for the James Douglas Kennel, trained by Bob Dawson and owned by James Douglas II. Allosaurus is the brother of probable race favorite Torosaurus and the son of Royal Palm Classic namesake He's My Man. This slow-breaking competitor would have preferred to have drawn an outside post in the Classic final. Of his 8 lifetime races out of the 2 box, he has finished first once, second twice, and third once. Allosaurus' fastest Royal Palm course clocking is 29 and 75 100-seconds. And with a lot of early speed on the outside of him, preventing him from getting into position, he should go off as one of the race long shots. Number 2, Allosaurus. Number 3, Loxahatchee Dash, racing for the Bill Davidson Kennel, trained by David Vetter and owned by Jay Pfeiffer and G. Robbins. One of the most exciting competitors to come down the pike in a while is Loxahatchee Dash. He first drew attention from racing fans when between last September 30th and November 5th, he put together an impressive 9-race win streak. The winner of the 1994 Fall Futurity and Round 1 winner of the Sunshine State Classic, the Dasher possesses a powerful rush to the first turn and exceptional closing ability. His fastest Royal Palm clocking is 29 and 48 100-seconds, and he has broken from the 3 box 9 times in his career, finishing first 5 times, second once, and third twice. Number 3, Loxahatchee Dash. Number 4, No More Secrets, racing for the Classic Kennel, trained by Nelson Pappas and owned by Van Winkle Greyhounds. Probably the most surprising Classic finalist, and perhaps the most improved, is No More Secrets. Making her first career stake appearance, this gutsy competitor has certainly come into her own as of late, finishing in the trifecta in 9 of her last 11 starts. She possesses a career fastest Royal Palm course clocking of 29 and 67 100-seconds, and has raced out of the 4 box 9 times, winning twice, placing 3 times, and showing twice. Like co-finalist Allosaurus, No More Secrets could have trouble getting loose early, with a tough early speed on the outside of her. Number 4, No More Secrets. Number 5, Duchess Dixie, running for the Cahill and O'Connor Kennel, trained by Cindy O'Connor and owned by Faye Smith, Charlie Shamir, and John Donaldson. The most stake-wise competitor and the only returnee from last year's Classic is Duchess Dixie. Not since He's My Man has a sprinter caused so much excitement amongst racing fans. She was the winner of last year's $25,000 Coors Light Silver Bullet Invitational and was an entry in the St. Patrick's Invitational and Hollywood Invitational. Dixie herself possesses an impressive 9-race win streak, has a lifetime fastest Royal Palm clocking of 29 and 37 100-seconds, and has broken out of the 5 box 11 times in her career, winning 6, finishing second twice, and third once. Number 5, Duchess Dixie. Number 6, Whitsand Horace, racing for the Don Taylor Kennel, trained by Don Taylor and owned by Whitsand Kennel. The comeback story of the Classic final has to be Whitsand Horace. In early August of last year, Horace sustained a near career-ending injury. But under the guidance and care of trainer Don Taylor, this gutsy competitor has overcome the adversity, finishing in the trifecta 9 times in the 12 races since the injury, including a 4-race win streak. The second-place finisher in last year's Countdown Classic, Whitsand Horace, has a career fastest Royal Palm course time of 29 and 48 100-seconds, and has flown out of the 6th box 6 times in his life, finishing first twice and second twice. Number 6, Whitsand Horace. Number 7, ML Psychic Jewel, running for the Hughes Kennel, trained by Jack Shaver and owned by Leona Hellick and Mary Harnett. Perhaps the classic finalist with the best pure early speed is ML Psychic Jewel, having been first or second to the first turn in 13 of her last 15 races. This speedball prefers to run the inside of the racing oval and may have trouble jockeying for position early in the race. The most experienced athlete in the final, ML Psychic Jewel, has a career best Royal Palm Course clocking of 29 and 45 100-seconds and has raced out of the 7 box at Palm Beach 16 times, scoring 2 wins, 3 second-place finishes, and 1 third-place finish. Number 7, ML Psychic Jewel. Number 8, Torosaurus, running for the James Douglas Kennel, trained by Bob Dawson and owned by James Douglas II. Like co-finalist and brother Allosaurus, Torosaurus is the daughter of racing legend He's My Man. Torosaurus possesses one of the finest rushes to the first turn in the business. Already in her young career, she has made it to the final of last year's Fall Futurity and represented Palm Beach in the Sunshine State Classic. Most likely the race favorite, Torosaurus has a lifetime fastest Royal Palm Course timing of 29 and 40 100-seconds. And perhaps more importantly, of her 7 lifetime races out of the 8 box, she has won 6 and finished second once. Number 8, Torosaurus. And there you have the 8 Greyhounds that will be competing in the upcoming running of the $25,000 He's My Man Royal Palm Classic. Here comes Rusty. And they're off to the He's My Man Royal Palm Classic. That's 1 breaking on top, 6 moving up mid-track, 5, 8 rushing up on the outside, 7, 2, 3, and 4. As they race around that first turn and come out onto the backstretch, it's Jamie's sister with the lead. Whitson Horace challenging on the outside, 7. Torosaurus on the outside, 5 and 3. Heading into that final turn, there are 3 across the track. Torosaurus puts a head out in front. Whitson Horace on the inside, Jamie's sister on the inside. Heading for home, it's Torosaurus in front, your Royal Palm Classic winner. Ladies and gentlemen, now at the finish line, Palm Beach Kennel Club General Manager Art Laughlin and special guests, the trainers and friends of the legendary He's My Man, Bill and Nilsa Pappas. And they are making an award presentation to Jim and Miriam Douglas, and to trainer Bob Dawson, and to the winner of the $25,000 He's My Man Royal Palm Classic, Torosaurus. Congratulations to the James Douglas Kennel, to trainer Bob Dawson, and to Torosaurus for winning the 1995 running of the $25,000 He's My Man Royal Palm Classic. Coming up tonight's 12th race, the second half of the ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the 8 Greyhounds that will be competing in the upcoming running of the $25,000 James W. Paul 3/8 Mile Derby, one of the oldest and most prestigious stake events in the country. Patsy Rendezvous, racing for the Pat Collins Kennel, owned by Pat Collins and trained by Jay Rangel. The defending Derby champion is Patsy Rendezvous. And what can you say about this speedy little lady that hasn't been said already? She is the world win streak record holder, defending North American win champion, Palm Beach Kennel Club's all-time winningest Greyhound, and was voted the top Greyhound in the nation for 1994. Now, the key to Rhonda repeating as Derby champion is her early speed. She has never lost a race when she has had the lead coming out of the first turn. But in the same breath, she has not won a race by coming from off the pace since last December 15th. Running for the Pat Collins Kennel, the world win streak champion, Patsy Rendezvous. Joe My Patrick. Running for the Purvis Berman Kennel, trained by Bill Reeves and owned by Mike Shallcross and Peter Purvis. Joe My Patrick began his racing career at Palm Beach on August 14, 1993, and within 10 starts was racing with the top guns in Grade A. Now, depending on the complexion of a race, Patrick can use both early and late speed to his advantage, and with this field, could be among the early leaders. Although this fine competitor runs mid-track to wide, he seems to prefer to break from an inside post, and he has finished in the trifecta in 6 of his last 8 races. Racing for the Purvis Berman Kennel, Joe My Patrick. Shotgun George, racing and owned by Champions Racing Team and trained by Travis Gibby. A greyhound that has certainly come into his own as of late on the 3/8 mile course is Shotgun George. After a few rather sluggish starts at the middle distance, George shot into action, finishing in the trifecta in 15 of his last 20 3/8 mile races. His main weapon in competition is his early speed. However, on occasion, like his semifinal win last Sunday afternoon, he has come from off the pace. Shotgun George breaks well from any post, runs the center of the racing oval, and was the 3rd highest point scorer in qualifying. Running for Champions Racing Team, Shotgun George. Jim B. Big Mouth, running for B&B Racing, trained by Roger McVeigh and owned by James Ballou. The least experienced of the Derby finalists, and the last one to make the final cut, is Jim B. Big Mouth. She began her career at Palm Beach last September 15th, and although she's only had 21 lifetime starts on the middle distance, she has become very well adept. The only finalist in Grade B, Jim B. Big Mouth, will more than likely be coming from off the pace, and if she gets to the rail early in the race, could pull one of the biggest upsets in Derby history. Running for B&B Racing, Jim B. Big Mouth. A returnee from last year's Derby, Mr. Push-Ups, racing for the Purvis Berman Kennel, trained by Bill Reeves and owned by Terry Johnson and Eric Bierman. Looking to flex his muscles in the championship race is last year's 5th place finisher, Mr. Push-Ups. The oldest competitor in the Derby, this feisty competitor has had a resurgence of late, finishing in the money in 5 of his last 6 races. With 136 lifetime races, the most of any other finalist, this is actually Mr. Push-Up's 3rd attempt at a Derby appearance, having reached the semifinals in the 1993 version. He possesses outstanding early speed, runs mid-track, and needs to be close to the leaders early to pull the upset. Running for the Purvis Berman Kennel, Mr. Push-Ups. Lady Detroit, running for the Ski Mark Kennel, trained by Jimmy Edgar and owned by Jess Francis. At 27 months of age, Lady Detroit is the youngest Derby finalist, and with only 44 lifetime races, one of the least tested. But don't let her lack of experience fool you. She is racing her career best, having scored her personal best 3/8 mile clocking, 38.09, in round 1 of qualifying, and last Sunday afternoon, almost caught world win streak record holder Patsy Rendezvous. But there is one thing Lady Detroit's record does show. She has to be 1st, 2nd, or 3rd coming out of the first turn. She has never won a race coming back from 4th through 8th places. Racing for the Ski Mark Kennel, Lady Detroit. Step Skip, running for Forsley Greyhounds, trained by Gary Saxon and owned by George and Lee Forsley. The slowest breaker of the Derby finalists is Step Skip. He began his racing career on the Jacksonville Racing Circuit on May 27th of last year, arrived at Palm Beach October 20th, and very quickly found his niche on the 3/8 mile course. His secret weapon in competition is his fantastic late kick, which he's used effectively in compiling a lifetime 3/8 mile record of 16 starts with 3 wins, 4 places, and 4 show finishes. If there's any trouble in the race, be looking for Step Skip to be taking full advantage of it. Racing for Forsley Greyhounds, Step Skip. Master Advantage, running for the Bill Davidson Kennel, trained by David Vedder and owned by WS and TA Denton. Perhaps the most serious threat to Patsy Rendezvous continuing her reign as Derby champion comes from Master Advantage. Now, a word that could best describe this competitor is consistent, having finished in the trifecta in 31 of her last 37 races. Master Advantage possesses good early speed, but more than likely in the Derby final, she'll be using her equally fine finishing kick. She's a master at navigating the racing oval and has the ability to overcome adversity to score victories. Master Advantage possesses the fastest 3/8 mile clocking in the season, 37 and 74 100-seconds. Racing for the Bill Davidson Kennel, Master Advantage. And there you have the 8 Greyhounds that will be competing in the running of the $25,000 James W. Paul 3/8 Mile Derby. Here comes Rusty. And they're off in the Derby. That's 5 breaking on top, 4 moving up on the inside, 1 on the inside, 6 on the outside, 2, 3, 8, and 7. Racing Mayans for the first time. It's Mr. Push-Up for the lead. Joe My Patrick racing second. 3, 1, 4, 8, 7, and 6. As they race around that paddock rim turn and come out into the back stretch, it's Mr. Push-Up for the length lead. Joe My Patrick on the outside. Master Advantage moving up mid-track for 7, 6, 1, and 3. Heading into that final turn, it's Joe My Patrick now with a head out in front. Master Advantage moving up on the inside, and Mr. Push-Ups heading for home. It's Joe My Patrick in front. Master Advantage close by on the inside. Foster's Bruce racing second, and it's Howard moving up on the outside. They're at the top of the stretch and heading for home. That's Briggs Stratton in front, the winner of the St. Patrick's Invitational. Ginger with the lead, LaRoche racing second, Jimbo with the middle on the outside, 3 moving up on the outside, and 1 in the sprint for home. That's Frosty Ginger in front. She's going to win it for Palm Beach. Just Dixie on the outside, a wide margin back to 3, 2 on the inside, 1, 4, 7, and 8. Midway through the final turn, that's Ruby's Doobie and Duchess Dixie battling for the lead. 2 moving up on the inside, heading for home. It's Ruby's Doobie in front, the St. Pat's winner. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the 8 Greyhounds that will be competing in the upcoming running of the 1995 $25,000 Arthur J. Rooney Sr. St. Patrick's Invitational, a match race between Palm Beach Kennel Club and Hollywood Greyhound Track. Representing Palm Beach, Away of the Dragon, running for the Neville Pioneer Kennel, trained by Gary Rail and owned by Windsor Kennels. A newcomer to the Palm Beach Racing Wars is Way of the Dragon. This well-traveled superstar was a finalist in last year's Great Greyhound Race at Seabrook, the American Derby, the $75,000 Great Kansas Shootout, and last year's Hollywood World Classic. Way of the Dragon has been spectacular during her brief career at Palm Beach, finishing in the money in 10 of his 11 starts. And on February 23rd, clocked in at 29 and 41 100-seconds, the third fastest Royal Palm Course clocking of the season. Way of the Dragon runs where there is racing room, possesses a powerful finishing kick, and if he gets the lead in the race, will not give it up. Representing Palm Beach, Way of the Dragon. Representing Hollywood, Visa Trip. Running for the Monarch Kennel, trained by Lisa Elson and owned by Ronald Sutter. Visa Trip began his racing career at Hollywood on December 26, 1992, winning that initial event and in the process laying claim to the maiden debut championship. It was then on to the semifinals of the Futurity, Multnomah Superstar Invitational Sprint, and 2 consecutive appearances in Hollywood's $125,000 World Classic. Visa Trip possesses outstanding early speed and could be the pace setter in the race. If this talented and speedy competitor can get to the rail early in the race, Visa could be taking a trip to the winner's circle. Representing Hollywood, Visa Trip. Representing Palm Beach, Ruby's Doobie. Running for the Cahill and O'Connor Kennel, trained by Cindy O'Connor and owned by Stan Freed. The defending St. Pat's champion is Ruby's Doobie. This gutsy competitor began her stellar racing career on July 14, 1993. And within a scant 6 starts, she was racing with the big guns in Grade A. Ruby's Doobie was a competitor in 1993's $10,000 Sunshine State Classic, an entry of both last year's $15,000 Hollywood Invitational and Multnomah Superstar Invitational Sprint, and made it to the semifinals of the $15,000 Matinee Idol Stake. This super early speedster is a very consistent performer, having finished in the trifecta in 27 of her last 29 races. Doobie loves to run the inside, and if she gets an inside post, watch out. Representing Palm Beach, Ruby's Doobie. Representing Hollywood, Byron's Boy. Running for the Dick Andrews Kennel, trained by Dick Jordan and owned by Dick Andrews. Most likely, the longest shot on the board in the St. Pat's Invite will be Byron's Boy. With only 40 lifetime races under his blanket, Byron's Boy is the least tested entry. But don't let that fact fool you. Already in his young career, this feisty competitor was an entry in the 1994 All-Star Countdown Series at Gulf Greyhound Park and was victorious in last February's World Classic Consolation at Hollywood. Byron's Boy's secret weapon in competition is his late speed, which he's used convincingly, finishing in the money in 30 of those 40 lifetime races. If he can get an outside post, and if there's any trouble in the race, then be looking for Byron's Boy to be charging down that stretch in what could be the biggest upset in Invitational history. Representing Hollywood, Byron's Boy. Representing Hollywood, Twilight Demand. Running for the Aganis and Samia Kennel, trained by Bernard Brooks and owned by Philip Harris. A greyhound that should be well prepared for the Invitational is Twilight Demand. Having arrived at Palm Beach March 3rd, Twilight Demand has competed in 3 races, winning 2 and finishing second once. And with each passing race, it is very evident that he is getting more and more accustomed to the Royal Palm Course. This racing star was the beaten favorite in the previous runnings of the $75,000 Great Kansas Shootout and the $125,000 Hollywood World Classic. Twilight Demand prefers to run the inside, has an awesome finishing kick, and has finished in the Quinella in his last 8 races. Just may be the greyhound to beat. Representing Hollywood, Twilight Demand. Representing Palm Beach, Loxahatchee Dash. Running for the Bill Davidson Kennel, trained by David Vedder and owned by Jay Pfeiffer and G. Robbins. Loxahatchee Dash began his racing career at Palm Beach last May 12th and has been nothing short of sensational since. He made it to the semifinals of the 1994 $15,000 Matinee Idol Stake, was the first round winner of the $10,000 Sunshine State Classic, was victorious in the $25,000 Fall Futurity, and was named as a charter member to the 1994 All Palm Beach Kennel Club team. Post position really isn't a factor with the Dasher. It's more of who's surrounding him on the break that could make the difference. If he's in between two slow breakers, he'll be able to use his strong rushing ability to the first turn, and if he gets the lead, it's all over. Representing Palm Beach, Loxahatchee-Dash. Representing Palm Beach, the youngest member of the Invitational competitors, Torosaurus. Running for the James Douglas Kennel, trained by Bob Dawson and owned by James Douglas. One of the most exciting sprinters to travel the Palm Beach Oval in quite a while is Torosaurus. Already during her young career, she has made it to the finals of the 1994 Fall Futurity, represented Palm Beach in last year's Sunshine State Classic, reached the semifinals of Hollywood's World Classic, and the crowning achievement of victory in last January's $25,000 He's My Man Royal Palm Classic. Torosaurus' secret weapon in competition is her tremendous rushing ability to the first turn, which she's used impressively, winning her last 6 Palm Beach starts. Representing Palm Beach, Torosaurus. Representing Hollywood, Picky Princess. Running for the Starlight Kennel, trained by Maggie Spears and owned by Ellen Wheeler. The most decorated greyhound in the Invitational is Picky Princess. During her title-laden career, she has made the finals of 2 Flagler Internationals, was victorious in the 1993 Florida World Challenge, the 1994 $125,000 Irish American Classic, and the 94 Westie Whizzer Championship. Impressive indeed, but who are we kidding? At least here at Palm Beach, she will be known for one thing: the villainess who brought an end to Patsy Rendezvous's 36-race world record-setting win streak. Truly a champion's champion, Picky Princess would prefer an inside post and will be closing late in the race. Representing Hollywood, Picky Princess. And there you have the 8 greyhounds that will be competing in the running of the 1995 Arthur J. Rooney Sr. St. Patrick's Invitational, a match race between Palm Beach Kennel Club and Hollywood Greyhound Track. Here comes Rusty. And they're off in the St. Patrick's Invitational. That's Twilight Demand taking the lead. Torosaurus moving up to the outside. Picky Princess on the outside. 6, 3, 4, 1 and 2. As they whip around that first turn and hightail it down the backstretch, it's Torosaurus with the lead. Twilight Demand on the inside, 6 on the inside, 4, 8, 3, 2 and 1. Heading to that final turn, it's Torosaurus with the lead. Twilight Demand moving up on the inside and Loxahatchee-Dash. Heading for home, it's Torosaurus in front. Twilight Demand driving on the outside. Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the finish line. Tonight's special guest presenter, the grandson of Arthur J. Rooney Sr., Chris Rooney. And tonight's honorees, Arthur and Jane Aganis, Bernard Brooks and Brian Millardo. And of course, the winner of the 1995 $25,000 Arthur J. Rooney Sr. St. Patrick's Invitational, Twilight Demand. Congratulations to the Again Mia Kennel, to Hollywood Greyhound Track, and to Twilight Demand for winning this edition of the $25,000 Arthur J. Rooney Sr. St. Patrick's Invitational. A great one this was. Post time for the upcoming 12th race.
It's a silver time, it's a silver place, it's a silver setting, at a silver pace. Swinging palms, our very best friends, so silver full and smooth, they never end. In a silver time, Coors Light, in a silver place, so right here now, silver memory.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at the 8 superstars from around the country that will be competing in the upcoming running of the $25,000 Coors Light Silver Bullet Invitational. Number 1, representing Wonderland Greyhound Park in Revere, Massachusetts, Folies Bergère. Racing for the Sprint Kennel, trained by John Libertori and owned by Robert Reynolds. The youngest, one of the least raced, one of the least experienced, pretty much the pup in the woods type of competitor, is Folies Bergère. Oh, and did I mention that he'll probably go off as one of the race favorites. This amazing youngster is nothing short of super spectacular. Already in his young career, he was Wonderland's Rookie of the Year, member of the All-Star team, and was victorious in the People's Choice Future Champion Stake. But Folies Bergère grabbed national headlines last February when he defeated race favorite and invitational co-entry Twilight Demand to capture the $70,000 first place prize money in Hollywood's World Classic. This more than likely future legend runs the inside, has exceptional early and late speed, and with this field, may have to rely on the ladder to score the win. Representing Wonderland Greyhound Park, number 1, Folies Bergère. Number 2, representing Palm Beach Kennel Club, Torosaurus. Racing for the James Douglas Kennel, trained by Bob Dawson and owned by James Douglas. The greyhound that draws cheers from racing fans every time she steps onto the racing oval is Torosaurus. Already in her young and prosperous career, Torosaurus has competed in some significant stake events. The $25,000 Fall Futurity, the Sunshine State Classic, the Sunshine State Classic, the $25,000 St. Patrick's Invitational, and the $15,000 Hollywood Invitational. But her name will be etched in the record books forever as the winner of the 1995 $25,000 He's My Man Royal Palm Classic. Torosaurus is the Kennel Club season win leader with 31 victories and 53 starts. This determined racer possesses one of the finest rushes to the first turn in the business, and when she gets the lead, is a tough one. However, as of late, she has been getting caught in deep stretch. But nonetheless, she will be a force to be reckoned with in this tough race. Representing Palm Beach Kennel Club, number 2, Torosaurus. Number 3, representing Hollywood Greyhound Track, Finley. Running for the Monarch Kennel, trained by Bob Toke and owned by Donna Tillett. With only 27 lifetime races, Finley is the least tested of the invitational entries. But don't let that fact fool you for a minute. This youngster began his racing career last May 28th at Multnomah Greyhound Park, and while there, was named Rookie of the Year. However, towards the end of the Multnomah meet, Finley sustained a potential career-ending injury. But under the guidance of Wilcox Token Company, he made a stunning recovery and made his return to racing at Hollywood Greyhound Track. Finley likes to run the inside, has outstanding early speed, and has finished in the trifecta against tough competition in 6 of his last 7 races. Representing Hollywood Greyhound Track, number 3, Finley. Racing independently, number 4, Twilight Demand. Running for the Aganis and Samia Kennel, trained by Bernard Brooks and owned by Philip Harris. Without a doubt, one of the hottest greyhounds in the nation is the awesome Twilight Demand. This impressive competitor has competed in most of the nation's top stake races, including the $100,000 Sprint Classic at the Woodlands, the $75,000 Great Kansas Shootout at Wichita, finished second in last February's Hollywood World Classic to co-entry Follies Bergère, and was victorious in Palm Beach's $25,000 St. Patrick's Invitational and the $15,000 Hollywood Invitational. But to many racing fans, his most astonishing accomplishment occurred on Thursday night, March 30th, when he lowered the legendary CC Big One's Royal Palm Course track record to an unbelievable 29 and 14 100 seconds. Twilight Demand has won his last 6 races and has finished in the Quinella his last 18. Racing independently, number 4, Twilight Demand. Number 5, representing Naples-Fort Myers Greyhound Track, Lady Quick. Running for the Ralph Conger Kennel, trained by Dan Quintana and owned by Alva and Vera Flynn. Perhaps the greyhound with the most on the line is the Speed Demon Lady Quick. Coming into the invitational race, she is sporting a 16-race win streak. And the fact that she is putting her streak on the line tonight, racing on an unfamiliar track, is certainly commendable. She began her racing career at Naples-Fort Myers last July 24th. And within 5 starts, was racing with the top guns in Grade A, and has been there ever since. Lady Quick is Naples-Fort Myers' defending Gulf Coast Sprint champion, and already in her young career has finished in the trifecta an astonishing 87% of the time, and has finished in the Quinella an amazing 27 times in her last 28 races. She prefers to run the inside of the racing oval, and if she gets the lead in the race, it could be all over. Representing Naples-Fort Myers Greyhound Track, number 5, Lady Quick. Number 6, representing Mobile Greyhound Park, All Stacy. Racing for the Mita Boyette Kennel, trained by Gary Smith and owned by Mita Boyette. An entry with superb early and late speed is All Stacy. And boy, has she been using both to her advantage, winning her last 9 races in impressive fashion. In addition to that commendable win streak, she has finished in the trifecta and Quinella in 15 of her last 16 races. Although she has been caught once she gets the lead on the 5/16 mile course, that probably will not hold true on the Royal Palm course, which is 15 feet shorter, and the lesser distance will actually make All Stacy a very powerful closer in this event. And any post near the inside will make this gutsy competitor even more of a threat. Representing Mobile Greyhound Park, number 6, All Stacy. Number 7, representing our friends on the Jacksonville racing circuit, Snaps Easy Jake. Racing for the Dial Kennel, trained by Angela Hendricks and owned by Margaret Dial. Without a doubt, the greyhound with the best finishing kick in the Invitational and the biggest racing heart is Snaps Easy Jake. After sustaining an injury last April 20th, Jake tried several comebacks, one last June, July, and September, but just couldn't get back into racing form. After a lengthy 5-month layoff and intense rehabilitation, Jake made his return to the racing wars last March 6th and has shown a remarkable recovery, finishing in the trifecta in 5 of his last 6 races. Primarily a distance runner, be looking for Jake late in this sprint event. And if there is any trouble in this race, be looking for this Jacksonville competitor to be taking full advantage of it. Representing the Jacksonville racing circuit, number 7, Snaps Easy Jake. Number 8, representing Derby Lane, a Runaway Romance. Racing for the E.J. Alderson Kennel, trained by E.J. Alderson and owned by Danny Axe. Making her second lifetime stake appearance is Runaway Romance. She began her racing career at Derby Lane on March 8, 1994, winning that initial event by a whopping 13 lengths. Runaway Romance's secret weapon in competition is her fantastic early speed, and she has used it well, scoring 13 victories in 21 starts, making her Derby Lane's season win leader. She runs where there is racing room, breaks well from any post, and has shown a tendency in the past to go wide in the turns. And she has been the betting favorite at Derby Lane, one of the nation's top tracks, in her last 18 races. Representing Derby Lane, number 8, Runaway Romance. And there you have the 8 superstars from around the state and around the country that will be competing in the upcoming running of the $25,000 Coors Light Silver Bullet Invitational. Here comes Rusty. And they're off in the Coors Light Silver Bullet Invitational. That's 4 with a slight lead, 2 on the inside, 3, 6, 8 on the outside, 5, 1 on the inside, and 7. As they race around that first turn and come out into the backstretch, it's Twilight Demand with the lead. Finley Racing second, 2, 6 on the inside, 1 on the inside, 5 and 8. Heading into that final turn is still Twilight Demand in front. Finley Racing second, Torosaurus on the outside. Heading for home, it's another stake victory for Twilight Demand. Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the finish line. Tonight's guest presenter, Palm Beach Kennel Club General Manager, Art Lachlan. And tonight's honorees, kennel operators Arthur Aganis, Bob Samia, and Gary Hansen, along with trainer Bernard Brooks. And of course, the winner of the 1995 $25,000 Coors Light Silver Bullet Invitational, the one and only Twilight Demand. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice round of applause for the winner of the Coors Light Silver Bullet Invitational, Twilight Demand. And congratulations to everyone at the Aganis and Samia Kennel. Once again, post time for tonight's 12th race is 8 minutes away. Two, one. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the 8 Greyhounds that will be competing in the upcoming running of the $25,000 Bob Balfe Molyneux Cup Puppy Stakes. Number 1, Magic Outstanding, racing for the Haber Kennel, trained by Deanne Haber and owned by Abraham Shigori. Magic Outstanding began his racing career last February 10th, winning that initial event by an impressive 6 lengths. He then went on to finish in the Quinella in 5 of his next 6 races. Advanced to Grade A on March 13th and has been there ever since, finishing in the Tri his last 4 races. He has broken from the 1 box twice in his life, finishing 3rd and 7th. Magic Outstanding races inside to mid-track and will have to use his closing ability to score the victory. Number 1, Magic Outstanding. Number 2, Chic Connection, racing for the Classic Kennel, trained by Nilsa Pappas and owned by Jim Van Winkle. Most likely the Greyhound to beat in the Puppy Stake Final is the versatile Chic Connection. Not only does she have the fastest Royal Palm Course clocking of all the entries, 29.64, but she also possesses the fastest 3/8 mile clocking of the season, 37.54. Chic Connection's secret weapon in competition is her fantastic finishing kick, which she's used convincingly, finishing in the Tri in 12 of her last 14 races. She runs where there is racing room and has broken from the 2 box 5 times on the Royal Palm Course, compiling a record of 2, 2, and 1. Number 2, Chic Connection. Number 3, Foxley X-Ray, racing for the Bill Davidson Kennel, trained by David Vedder and owned by SB Shamshad and RK Lee. The first of 2 Davidson Kennel entries, and the youngest, and the least experienced, is Foxley X-Ray. But in the same breath, however, this pup in the woods, daughter of former Puppy Stakes champ He's My Man, could just be the Greyhound to catch in the final. She began her career last March 15th, and quickly raised some eyebrows, winning her first 4 races, and attempting to become only the 3rd Greyhound in Kennel Club history to win their first 5. That never came to pass, as she finished last in that first Grade A attempt. Foxley X-Ray has finished in the Quinella in 8 of her 10 lifetime races, runs inside to mid-track, and has broken from the 3 box twice in her life, finishing 2nd both times. Number 3, Foxley X-Ray. Number 4, Beeves Brandy, running for the Cahill and O'Connor Kennel, trained by Cindy O'Connor and owned by Brad Beavers. The first of 3 Cahill and O'Connor finalists is Beeves Brandy. This fine competitor has had an up-and-down career all season long, but she seems to be on track now, finishing in the trifecta in 8 of her last 11 races. Beeves Brandy possesses excellent braking ability, but tends to drop back early before reaching that first turn. In this event, she will, without a doubt, have to rely on her finishing kick, and if she gets around that first turn, 2nd or 3rd, could pull the upset. Beeves Brandy has broken from the 4 box 6 times in her life, compiling a record of 2, 1, and 2. Number 4, Beeves Brandy. Number 5, Patsy Dottie, racing for the Pat Collins Kennel, trained by Jay Rangel and owned by Pat Collins. Patsy Dottie began her career last February 8th, winning that race by a whopping 16 lengths. A word that could best describe this competitor is consistent, having finished in the money in 14 of her 18 lifetime races. In fact, she has only finished worse than 4th 1 time in her career. Patsy Dottie's mainstay in Royal Palm Course competition is her exceptional late speed, which she used impressively in round 2 of the Puppy Stakes, coming way back from 7th place to finish 2nd. She runs on the wide side and has broken from the 5 box 4 times in her career, winning twice. Number 5, Patsy Dottie. Wearing the yellow blanket of post 6, Foxley Viceroy, racing for the Bill Davidson Kennel, trained by David Vedder and owned by SB Shamshad and RK Lee. Foxley Viceroy began his racing career last January 6th, winning that first lifetime start by 5 1/2 lengths. This second entry of the Bill Davidson Kennel possesses outstanding early speed, which he's used impressively, finishing in the trifecta in more than 50% of his 25 lifetime races. Foxley Viceroy demands to run the inside of the racing oval and will have to get the lead in this race to pull off the upset. Number 6, the super early speedster, Foxley Viceroy. Number 7, PDQ, Kit Hawks, running for the Cahill and O'Connor Kennel, trained by Cindy O'Connor and owned by KT Marshall and Lois Anderson. The best closer of the Cahill and O'Connor threesome is PDQ Kit Hawks. This late speed demon began his racing career last December 26th, and in fact just participated in his first race as a Grade A during round 1 of qualifying. PDQ Kit Hawks needs to get to the rail to be a contender in this final, and if he gets there and has a clear back and homestretch run, could snag the victory. Coming off of 2 of his best career races, PDQ Kit Hawks has broken from the 7 box 4 times in his life, finishing second once. Number 7, PDQ Kit Hawks. Number 8, Ike, running for the Cahill and O'Connor Kennel, trained by Cindy O'Connor and owned by Tim Cahill. With 34 lifetime races, Ike is the most experienced of tonight's Puppy Stake finalists, and of the 3 Cahill and O'Connor entries, could have the best shot at pulling off the victory. Ike's racing style is using early speed, and he's used it well, finishing in the trifecta in 20 of his 34 career starts. Now, with the 7 Greyhound being a slow breaker and dropping to the inside, and number 6 basically diving for the rail on the break, Ike could have a fairly clear run to that first turn, and if he can steal the lead from number 3 early in the race, could hang on for the win. He has broken from the 8 box 4 times and has a win and a third. Number 8, Ike. And there you have the 8 youngsters that will be competing in the upcoming running of the $25,000 Bob Balfe Molyneux Cup Puppy Stake. Here comes Rusty. And they're off in the Puppy Stakes. That's 3 breaking on top, 2-1 on the inside, 6-8 rushing up mid-track, 4 on the inside, 7 and 5. As they race around that first turn and come out onto the backstretch, that's Ike with a late lead. Magic Outstanding racing second. 6-7 moving up on the inside. Heading into that final turn, it's Ike still with the lead. 1 racing second, 7-2 on the outside. Heading for home, that's Ike in front. Chic Connection driving on the inside, but it's Ike, the winner of the Puppy Stake. Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the finish line. Tonight's special guest presenters, the wife of sports writer Bob Balfe, Martha, son Bob, Valerie Balfe, grandson Chris, and Palm Beach Kennel Club Director of Racing, Lori Fisk. And tonight's honorees, Tim Cahill, Cindy O'Connor, Don Bubarek, and the winner of the 1995 $25,000 Bob Balfe Molyneux Cup Puppy Stakes, Ike. Congratulations.